Today our course will be taking us across the seafront to Peacehaven, up Telscombe Tye to Southeast, and then up the dangerous road to Kingston, across the extremely steep hill over to Woodingdean, down to sort of near where I live in Queen's Park, across down to the level, up the Shoreham Road, where we meet the Dyke Road, and then going down Dyke Road to Vernon Terrace down to the seafront, along the seafront and then back up to where I live. A total of approximately 20 miles. Right. And it's only just found satellite. That is one of the slightly annoying things about the Garmin, is that it can take a few minutes to sort of realise where all the satellites are. But we're off, running along the seafront. This is the warm-up phase, so I'm running very slowly for about a mile, and then start going into my intervals. I'm going to be doing 21 intervals where I run for 8 minutes at about 155 heartbeats a minute tops, and then walk for 2 minutes, and I might jog in those walking bits, see how I feel. So it's not all running, it's mainly running, and towards the end it might become it might just munge into kind of all running, see how I feel. Look! Oh, I do like to live beside the seaside. Singing was never my strong point. I won't do that again. Now, annoyingly, it started to rain, that's why there hasn't been much video footage. But we have this wonderful hill coming up, and I thought we'd run the hill together. You know, companionship and all that. We are 4.54 miles in. I'm doing zigzags up this hill, it's easier. Feeling good. We knew it was going to rain, it was in the forecast. It's the horrible sort of spitty, windy rain. And we are, where are we? Just gone through Saltstein, I think we've just gone through Saltstein on the seafront, coming up the other side. I'm going to make this little video thing brief because it is raining, and iTunes and iPhones and rain don't mix very well. I hear my alarm going off because my heart rate has exceeded 150 beats a minute. You see the hill behind me? Woo! So we got almost there now. Almost there. We've got a very foggy English Channel. Let's turn around and show you that. And then the other side, as I zigzag around again, is Saltstein disappearing behind us. And just coming into view now, in front of me, you can't see it, but I can. It's the pathway known as Telscombe Tye, which goes off from the seafront road, the A259, and Telscombe Tye goes north into the South Downs, cuts across country, veers to the east, takes us through a magical valley, which hopefully I'll be able to show you, and then to Southeast, which is probably where I'll do another little update. But at this point now, I need to cross over because I'm heading into this little entranceway. I'll show you if you can see that. Catch you later. So, We are now at the valley I told you about, and I have to say, I do feel a bit like a parent that has been boasting about their child. The child has let them down somewhat, and now they're very embarrassed. But anyway, have a look. There's a car coming. I've run this course quite a few times, and when the sun's out, it's amazing, absolutely amazing. Do a little panorama there, so you can see the environment we're running in. So we've come up the Telscombe Tie. We've gone through the village of Telscombe, not to be confused with Telscombe Cliffs, which is the modern bit on the cliff. And this Telscombe Tie becomes a road. It sweeps round to the east, and now we're heading towards southeast. And I can feel a bit of a Bear Grylls moment coming on here. Of course, in an environment like this, the last thing you want to happen is to get dehydrated. And I've just spotted a valley down here with vegetation in it, and of course, where there's a valley, where there's vegetation, there's water. So I need to get down there. Now this old bag that I found by the side of the road will make a fantastic parachute, and together with my shoelaces I'm going to make a paraglider, and I'm going to paraglide down into that valley. Let's do this. Okay, 8.49 miles in, and feeling good. Just left the village of Rodmill, just behind us, and behind that, well, you can see behind me, but you can't see it because it's further around the bend, is southeast, where we joined this north-south road that will eventually take us up to Kingston near Lewes, that will cut across the downs. Just wanted to show you this road. I'm sure all you runners out there know how dangerous it can be running on roads. This road is particularly nasty. At the moment I'm on a grass verge. It's not too bumpy, it's quite manageable. There's grass verges both sides, but later on, as we get close to Kingston near Lewes, there are stretches of this road where there are grass verges, but they're so lumpy and they're so raised up from the road like little cliffs, you've just got nowhere to go but on the road, and you have to be really careful about which side of the road you choose to run on. This is a windy road. The speed limit is 50 miles an hour, and as a rule motorists will do that, and they will not expect to suddenly come across a runner running on the road. So always follow the guidelines. The general rule is, I believe, don't quote me on this, check it yourself, but the general rule is, if you have to run on the road, run against the direction of traffic. And the exception to that is, if by doing that you are so placed that you cannot be seen by incoming traffic, but you would be seen on the other side of the road, then cross over. So you've really got to keep your wits about you. And those cows scream. Okay, 10.32 miles, just over halfway. Just about to turn into the charming village of Kingston near Lewes. Just turning the corner now. Off the dangerous bit of road, which is a relief. It's quite nasty, that road. Kingston's a lovely place. It's got the Jugs, the very appropriately named Jugs pub in it, which is popular in this area. Do very nice meals. That's just a little bit further down. Haven't quite got there yet, and then just beyond the Jugs, be taking a sharp left turn, and in front of us will be the most incredible hill to behold. And I'll tell you a little story when we get there. So we've just we've taken a sharp left out of Kingston near Lewes. We're just emerging out of the top of the village, heading west back towards Brighton, well, Woodingdean and then Brighton. Just wanted to show you this hill that's coming up. It's just coming into view now. You can just make out a path, actually two paths, if you look carefully, if it's not shaking too much. One going to the left, one going to the right. You can't even see the top of the hill, it's in mist. That'll be interesting filming up there. We're going to be taking the left one, and I'd like you to come with me. So I'm going to turn off the camera now and I'll turn it on when we start our ascent in a couple of minutes. Okay. Hi. Okay. Looks like I've got myself a new friend. So, I don't know the name of this hill, but I would estimate it's an ascent of, I'm guessing, about 300 feet, but I can check later. It's quite muddy underfoot, it's been raining. I've done this hill a few times. We'll probably break into a walk quite soon, because just walking up this hill will give me a heart rate in the 160s, 170s, which is the kind of heart rate that I would have doing about an 8-minute mile on the flat. So there you go. But you know, I was talking to a friend of mine a few days ago about the running, and I told him about this hill, and he knows this hill. He's walked up here a few times himself. And he said to me, I just don't know how you can do it. If I saw that hill in front of me, and I knew I had to sort of run up it, or it's be part of a big run, I don't know how I'd do it. And it made me think that maybe a year ago, or possibly more than a year ago, I'd have probably thought the same thing. But one of the things that running has taught me, these long distances, is that you don't rush it. I used to sort of think, oh, I want to get this hill behind me. Hi. God, they're brave. Nearly there. God, rather them than me. I used to think this is about a 1 in 5 hill. Great to run up, scary to mountain bike down. Anyway, I learned it was all about every single step is important. Every single step counts, and every single step has its own time. There's no rush, as long as you're going in the right direction. That's all that matters. It's a very simple philosophy, and it's spilled over into my personal life as well. It's changed the way I think about things. And that's my alarm to rest. But I'm already resting. Have a look at that. And it's not as if, I was talking to my friend, as I say, and he was saying, I just hate that hill as I came up to it. I'd loathe, I would dread seeing that hill. But you get this kind of philosophy. When I started on the run this morning, and by the way, we're 11.88 miles in there, just over halfway. I couldn't wait to see this hill. I was really looking forward to meeting it again. It's almost like an old friend. Because, you get this feeling that you're part of the environment. When you run, you get this feeling of being at one with everything. And it's a shame it's foggy, because that view down there is really quite special. Never mind, let's carry on. Past this giant poo from some strange creature, probably a horse or a sheep. Yeah, so he developed this philosophy where every step counts, every step is important, nothing's rushed, you're at one with the environment, and it's a traverse, it's not a run, it's a traverse across the environment, which is part of you. All very, very philosophical, I know. And I don't even know if you can hear me, because there's now quite a breeze as we near the top. Just have a look behind us. Wow, there you go. And for me, this is what running is all about. Okay, very foggy up here. We're on a sort of rolling meadow, rolling chalk grassland. Kingston is now behind us. If it wasn't foggy in front of me, I'd be able to see the transmitter tower, which is normally a landmark, meaning I'm almost at Woodingdean. But yes, here we go. We are 12.91 miles in. How am I feeling? Okay. Little bit, a few aches and pains, but nothing too dramatic. Yes. So I'm just going to carry on running then. So Woodingdean's behind me. I'm on what's known as the Yellow Brick Road, which is a very rough pathway, lots of rubble, lots of loose material. We are 14.8 miles in, currently running at 9:41 pace, which I'm pleased about, because about 4 months ago this is the fastest I could run on a flat level surface, let alone having done 14 miles on a horrible surface. So quite pleased about that. How am I feeling? Fine. I think I've just got in my head that we're doing 20 miles, so I've set the sort of expectation thermostat accordingly. Yeah, feeling pretty good. Okay, 16.17 miles. Back in Brighton. Heading home, but I'm going to divert down into the centre of Brighton, Dyke Road, Vernon, Seafront, to make it up to 20 miles. Whew, how am I feeling? Pretty good still. Legs are aching a wee bit. Yeah, pretty good. So let's crack on. Okay, so 17.63 miles in, less than 3 miles to go. This is the last steep hill of the course. This is where I have to remind myself of my own philosophy that every step counts. How am I feeling? Tired, but okay. That's better. Almost at the top of the hill. See at the top. 18.75 miles. I'm in the urban landscape again. Have been for a while, just coming down to the seafront. Look! Oh. So I'll be turning left here
in an easterly direction, the home straight. How am I feeling? Well, my legs are aching a bit. I've lost my suspension a bit, which normally happens. Apart from that, fine. That's better, isn't it? So, yeah, that's my prompt to start running again. See you at the top. (19.67 miles). Just coming onto St James Street, Kent Town. One of my most favourite parts of Brighton, and in my opinion, one of the most notorious areas of Brighton. There's always something going down in St James Street, whether it's a wheelchair fight, some drugs related thing, or just people bickering. It happens in St James Street. I'll see you at the finish line. Okay, 19.97 miles. Just coming up St James's Avenue, which is oh, I forgot. 19.99. 20 miles. I don't know if you can see it. Probably not. So I'm going to stop. Do you like the little tune the Garmin plays when they finish doing a run? I have to say, don't feel too bad at all. Trying to pick up something meaningful and philosophical to say. I just did a 20-mile run. That's the furthest I've ever run in one go, and it was certainly an experience. Crossing Edward Street. Always exciting. I think I better sign off. So, the link to the Brighton Marathon sponsorship link will be just underneath. Probably the first thing in the description. And I'll also link to the Garmin webpage. Garmin is this watch thing that I wear. It will show you in excruciating detail where I went and how fast I went and what my heartbeat was doing, heart rate was doing, if you're interested in that kind of stuff. So, happy running, and we'll see you soon on Andy's running diary. So yeah.